Craig it up?
We are.
Big bro Craig!
Big
Craig!
Preg. The Pregos.
I'll learn how to speak someday.
Nah.
In the future.
Alright, Craig. Bring it on. I'll ward off the soccer moms from hitting on you. Softball moms.
It took some time for our schedules to line up, but I was finally able to find a weekend where Craig and I could go camping.
Yeah.
He always stays so busy with work and the kids, and it's good to know that he'll be able to spend some time relaxing together in nature. Since our first run, I've managed to go on regular runs with Craig. I mostly do them because it seems like the only time we get to hang out, but the added benefit is I've seen a lot of improvement in my health. I was able to sift through the attic and find my old camping gear from college. Craig put me in charge of bringing the sleeping bags and the tent while he takes care of food. So I double-checked to make sure everything's ready to go. Craig should be here any minute now. Amanda's going to be spending this weekend on a school trip to our nation's capital. She hasn't been away from home without me for longer than a day, so she was 14. I hope she isn't feeling as nervous about it as I am. Hey, Amanda Panda. Amanda's in the middle of the top of her luggage in order to get it finally zipped. Hey, Pops. Ready for your trip? Once I get this bad boy all zipped up, I'm good to go. How much did you pack? That seems like a lot for 2 days. Oh, it's all of my camera equipment. Lenses, tripod, flash, all that. Are you even going to have time to take pictures? I'll find a way. I need to get some good shots for my series on national monuments. Ooh, what's the series about? It's one of those series internet series where I reimagine Disney princesses as founding fathers. This is your daughter.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Kidding, no one likes those. I'm taking portraits of my friends. Oh, well, I'm going to be in the woods, out there in nature. You know, roughing it. Just me and Mother Nature. Old madre trees. Are you going to be all right on your own? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to have any signal out there. I won't be able to text or call you at all. Oh, it's all right. I'll be able to survive a couple of days without constant updates on who just got voted off International Haunted House Hunters.
You will never be okay without those updates. Good
Lord. Well, I'll miss you. And for the record, Bradley was pushed down a flight of ornate stairs by a ghost. They were really beautiful stairs. Amanda finishes zipping up the suitcase and lugs it to the door of her bedroom. She turns around and gives me a big hug. Relax, Dad, Tron. I'm a big kid now. I can take care of myself. Besides, I got to share a room with Monica Sanders and 2 mom chaperones. The most trouble I could possibly get into is falling asleep with a tub of ice cream on me. Oh, well, alright. Don't steal anything, okay? Since you asked nicely, fine. Promise. Don't liberate penguins. I step outside and hauling my bags behind me. Craig's already strapped some camping gear to the top of my modest but stylish car. He notices me carrying my equipment and hurries over to take it from me. I almost had a case of the vapors there. Never fear, these muscles were made for picking up heavy things and putting them on in other places. Remember, it's your weekend to relax. Take it easy. I guess I can't argue with that. Everything good with Amanda? Yep, on her way to a school trip to Washington, D.C. How about your offspring? Already at Smashless for the weekend. I'm ready to get my camp on. I load the rest of my stuff into Craig's car and we get in.
We're going to be alone in the woods with Craig. Aw, yeah. That was very violent, what you just did.
I'm violent. I think I left my juicer plugged in. We gotta go back. Are you worried that someone's gonna break into your house and cold press some carrots? No, it's just... Just try to relax, man. Let the juicer float away. Take all your worries and blend them into pulpy good vibes. Craig takes a deep breath. Do we have anything to listen to? All I had at my place was a series of CDs that guide you through an intense calisthenics workout. You want to listen to those?
No. No, I don't.
I'm just kidding. Craig hands me a thick case filled with CDs. Take your pick. I thumb through page after page of kids sing-along CDs. Oh yeah, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star takes me back. Keep going. I get to the end of the case to find, in the very last slot, a blank CD with Craig's handwriting on it. DJ Kegstand's Mega Mix Volume 1.
Aw, shit.
Son. Just made for the trip. Think you'll like it. I pop the CD in the car stereo and it's like immediately transported to our old dorm room. Hit play and I hit after hit plays, and soon enough we're both happily singing the lyrics to each song as we fly down the highway. This song was Carl's favorite. Carl, the third roommate! You brought that dog home one night and I couldn't pry you two apart. So we spent an entire semester fabricating a story about our foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. And then we had a room inspection. That RA was so suspicious of us, could never prove anything. And Carl was just under a blanket. Bless that pup's courage under fire. Man, we did some dumb shit back in college. The hours fly by as we belt our tunes into whatever non-existent keys our voices register in. Soon enough, we're surrounded by lush trees and spectacular vistas of everything amazing that nature has to offer. Feels good to be back out here. Real good. We park our car at the entrance to a familiar trail and load up our gear on our backs. I'm thankful that I've been working on my health in these past couple of weeks, otherwise I'd be dreading all the hiking that's about to happen. Greg looks intently at his phone. Everything alright? Yep, just had to fire off one last work email. Craig pockets the phone. We start off on the trail. It's relatively easy, but I know I would have been huffing and puffing and disappointed if it weren't for all the murder sprints. I look around me and take in all the tall trees and animal chirps. Everything okay back there? There's no reception out here. Oh yeah, being out in the middle of nowhere will do that. I recognize the look of anxiety on Craig's face, but what if there's a problem?
You've trained for this.
You want things to go well. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, miles from civilization. Nothing with us but the clothes on our backs and a sack of granola. You ever read those stories about campers who get eaten by bears, or get lost and have to drink their own urine, or worse? What if we have to eat each other? Craig, promise you'll eat me. I couldn't handle cannibalizing my best friend emotionally. Or physically, you're far too lean. I wouldn't be able to last through the winter. Dude.
No.
That'd have been funny between the two of us, but not Craig. You gotta reassure Craig. He's too anxious already. I don't know. Craig. I'm a relaxed boy.
It wasn't good enough for me.
Which one'd you pick?
It'll be okay.
Okay. Get the eggplants, Carmen! You trained for this. Look, Craig, we all know that if you really wanted to, you could flex your calf muscles and fly out of here like a rocket ship all the way back to Maple Bay. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. This is our weekend. We keep marching down the trail, but it seems like Craig is still worried. Well, he didn't get any hearts. Maybe we should go back, find another campground that gets reception. Craig, seriously, what's wrong? I mean, I'm just really nervous. My dad instinct is kicking in and my mind keeps conjuring up all sorts of worst-case scenarios. What if something happens to girls? I don't have signal. I have no way of knowing. Let me tell you, that feeling never goes away. No matter how old your kids are, you just gotta remind yourself that they're in good hands. Craig doesn't say anything. I give him a reassuring punch on the shoulder. Try to remember why we came out here. The plan was to get away from it all and just focus on ourselves for this little trip. No distractions, no cell phones, just two dads relaxing out in the woods. Craig looks me directly in the eyes.
Directly in the eyes.
Oh, no distractions, no cell phone service, just two dads relaxing in the woods. We're going to have some fun this weekend. Craig and I get back to marching. It's not too long of a hike before we get to the campsite, and we're both glad to see we're definitely the only people here.
I'm very nervous that he had no reaction.
So go back. What's it take to get back here? Whatever, man.
Whatever.
I found it in my attic and checked it for holes. I've seen better days, sure, but I think we'll be able to survive. I dump the bag of fabric and poles onto the ground. We unfold the tent in the desired spot. I hand Craig the stakes. We still know how to do this, right? Of course we do.
Sure.
We do not.
We do not.
After 20 minutes of struggling like people in a bad infomercial, we somehow managed to build an upright structure that closely resembles what a tent would look like if you asked somebody to draw a picture with one of their eyes shut. I wouldn't put this up against a storm, but I think we'll be able to survive for the night. We set out a couple of chairs and cooking equipment, admiring our work. Bro, look at us go. Look upon the kingdom we have built. Upon this rock we shall grill our meats and drink our brews, for we hold dominion over this land. Verily! And look at our camping chairs, which we are going to sit on. So what's next on the camp extravaganza docket? Well, now that we have shelter settled, I think it's time for us to do some exploring. There's a waterfall a little bit up the way I'm sure we could hike to. Let's get hiking! Craig and I venture into the woods. We amble along, taking our time to chat and admire the wildlife. Craig reaches out an arm and stops me. Dude, does that look like what I think it looks like? I look over at where he's pointing. Oh my god, it does. That tree looks like a butt! I can't get over how detailed it is. I examine the butt tree further. The contour is perfect. It even has dimples. I thought we were going to have a great time camping, but this makes me think it's even better. He holds back a sticker. I aspire to make every hike as good as this one. I'm snickering too. Let us analyze this tree further. Craig and I share a huge belly laugh at our awful jokes. The best thing about this is that this nosed daughter is here to tell us our jokes are bad. We high-five. Craig and I hit the trail again. It's been a long time since we've been out here, but everything seems more or less familiar. We point out old landmarks and that we remember from our college days. I think we're getting close. Check it out. There's a clearing up ahead. As we get closer, I can hear water running. Cresting over a hill, Craig and I are greeted by a wide clearing surrounded by trees.
I wonder if we can go skinny dipping.
No! Mouths agape. The old waterfall. It's gorgeous. Nature's so rad. I'm sorry. This old dad is happy here on dry land. Looks like you could climb right up over there. We didn't even bring swimming trunks. What are you talking about? Craig immediately begins taking his clothes off. Shit, Carmen knew it was up.
I did.
Look at Craig's butt.
Don't look at Craig's butt. Look at Craig's butt.
Can't help but sneak a peek. That is a good butt. He turns around suddenly. He catches me looking. I do a lot of glute workouts. I immediately turn away, blushing. Eggplants for days. You coming or what? Oh, I don't know about this, dude. He's already making his way over to the waterfall. By the time I finish my sentence, he realizes I'm not right behind him. He turns and around and rolls his eyes. We've lived together for years, and I've seen your ass more times than I can count. It's no big deal. Put on a show. If the clothes are coming off, then it's someone's birthday. Craig's giving me the wolf whistle. I turn and give him a booty and give my booty a good spank. That's one's for you, big boy. I take off my shirt and drop it in a pile with his clothes. I put the rest of my clothes on the ground, feeling exposed. Craig and I climb to the top of the waterfall, making sure not to slip on any wet rocks. He reaches at the peak before I do and offers me a hand getting up. At the top, we look over at the cliff and into the tiny lake. It seems so much higher from this perspective. Craig has always been a daredevil. He pulled some stunts in college. I'm honestly still shocked he survived. I was always the one standing on the sidelines watching and hoping I wouldn't bring him home in a gurney. Man, this could be dangerous. Craig looks me in the eye. Don't think, just jump. Craig cannonballs off the waterfall into the lake, creating a huge splash. I'm worried for a moment before he resurfaces under the water. Woo! He treads water and looks up at me. You coming or what? Don't think, just jump. How are you supposed to do just not think? Pretty sure that's not physically possible. My toes grip the edge of the rock. The water looks so far away. Don't think, just... I run off the edge, trying to do my best cannonball. Somewhere in the middle of it, it turns into a really graceful belly flop. How do you fuck up a cannonball? I hit the water with a loud slap. I resurface to find Craig giggling. I rate that belly flop 8 out of 10. Your form was lacking, but your heart was in the right place. I playfully splash water at Craig. You sure about that? I splash him again. You've given me no choice. He splashes me in the face with a huge wave of water. You've awakened the beast. He launches another wave of water at me. Don't you put me in a corner here. Don't put a wild animal in the corner.
Hammer fist?
I don't know skinny dipping bro stuff. I've never done this.
Duncan.
I lunge for Craig and manage to get him in an arm lock. Time for the finishing move! Summon all of my dad's strength to lift Craig out of the water. Hey! And I drop him for the splash. He bounces out of the water. My turn. Oh no, it seems Craig was simply allowing me to pick him up and dunk him. He grapples with me with clearly superior muscles and quite literally tosses me across the water. I emerge, devastated. You think I did all those push-ups just so I could look good with my shirt off? Nah, bro. These arm cannons are dad launchers.
Oh, God.
Dad launchers.
Okay, but I got him to eggplant, so...
That's the important part. Damn. Craig, truce, please. Craig thinks about it. Yeah, sure. We shake hands. There is peace. Man, that jump was such an adrenaline rush. Not so scary now, huh? Race to the top. We run all the way up the slip rocks and cannonball off the waterfall again. What a rush. Good form on that one. Want to go again? With the same energy we had in our youth, we climb back up to the top of the waterfall. I'm brave enough to try a flip, which I'm sure looks incredibly graceful as I belly flop into the water. Phew, man, this is fun. Got one more in you?
I live for danger.
Takes us a little more time to get to the top and both do our best running jumps into the water below. Alright, I think that's my limit. We should get going before it gets too dark.
You're right.
We should probably head back. We go put our clothes back on and notice they're soaking wet. Maybe a splash fight wasn't the best idea. It's okay. We'll get a fire going in no time. We can dry off and get some dinner going. Sopping wet, we hike back to the camp and unpack everything we need for dinner. Craig pulls out a couple of steaks and chopped tomatoes in tinfoil. Ready for a feast? Hey man, take a seat. The Craig train is pulling into the relaxation station and I'm your conductor. Let me cook for you. Absolutely not. Cooking is the thing that relaxes me most. I'll take it from here. Craig cooks now? I remember his entire sophomore diet consisting of microwavable mac and cheese, but not microwaved and having trouble believing the thing he just said. At least he let me start the fire. Sure, let me grab my matches. Craig reaches into a backpack. He rummages around his bag, pulling things out and checking every pocket. Uh-oh. I know I packed it. He checks under the bag and still can't find it. My stomach grumbles, and now I'm acutely aware of how cold and wet I am. We really need to get a fire started. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. Gosh, I'm so stupid. I could have sworn I packed it. Sorry, dude. Don't be. We can figure this out. We can start a fire. We're smart guys. I mean, how hard can it be? I've watched plenty of survival programs on TV. If a naked reality TV star can do it, so can we.
Scared and afraid. Naked and afraid.
Right. We'll need some wood. I gesture to the trees around us. There's no shortage of that, and some tinder. We can make that work. And then I think some ancient aliens are supposed to come by and give us advanced technology, or renovate our house, depending on the show. Craig and I gather a variety of wood, bark, and moss until we have all the materials that we could conceptually make a passable-looking campfire. Just add fire, right?
Just add water.
That's the fun part. The sun is now setting and a cool breeze rustles the leaves of the tree around us. We have to get work quick. I've done this in the past, and I know I can figure it out. Just give me a second. Any way I can help? Give me some moral support. Lift my spirits, and we'll make this fire happen.
Oh, God. Never knew a better Craig.
Never known a Craig to be a better friend, father, or firemaker. Aww.
I feel like I could do better.
You're really giving that fire the business. You're an amazing, hardworking father with a steady work ethic, and everyone loves you. Your daughters think you're a superhero, and the neighborhood dads respect you immensely. Also, your butt looks great. Bro, stop. You'll make me cry. Okay. Don't want your tears putting out the fire. Eventually, Craig is miraculously able to get something going. He blows on the embers and gently places glowing moss near the base of the pit. Soon enough, we have a nice little fire going. Way to go, man. We're regular old dozy fellas.
Oh, dozy? Oh, dozy.
Hooray for not dying! I take a seat in one of the lawn chairs Craig brought and cozy up to the fire, warming up my hands. Relax, man. Take it easy. Let me handle the dinner. I watch as Craig stokes the fire and sets up a makeshift grill for the steaks. After all that hiking and swimming and fire starting, I'm able to relax a bit. With the sound of crickets and the scent of steak. Jesus. Craig expertly sears 2 steaks in a pan he's been heating up on the fire, cracking thyme and crushed ginger over it while basting them both in butter.
That sounds delicious.
Wow, I didn't know he was actually good at cooking. The fanciest I ever saw him get in college was when he started sprinkling the seasoning packet onto dry ramen and eating it. When did this happen? He used to eat cereal every morning with beer instead of milk. I grew up, I guess. I think these are just about ready. Craig puts the steaks on a paper plate and sets them aside. I start to reach for one, but Craig smacks my hand away. Dude, let them rest. It'll be more flavorful that way. I return to my seat, eyeing the steaks longingly from a distance. They smell incredible. He prepares a side salad in the meantime, sprinkling feta cheese on its chopped greens. He's placed it next to a generous pile of roasted potatoes. Once it's all ready, we sit down by the fire and dig in. Everything tastes okay? I'm in heaven. That's what I like to hear. Remember how for an entire semester we'd eat burritos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It's so hard not to go back to that. Look at you now, man. You have kids, a great job, and now you cook like a vengeful wizard whose arch nemesis is microwavable food. I'm really impressed with how much you've gotten your life together. Craig laughs, but there's no humor in it. I'm glad you think that. I glance at Craig while he picks at his salad. He really grew out of his baby face, but there's something about his expression that makes him seem much older than he is. There's some maturity he didn't have in college. He looks exhausted. You okay? Yeah. Come on, dude. I've known you long enough to see when you're down. I'm tired, bro. I think being out here is making me realize just how drained I feel. You work really hard, Craig. It can't be easy. I have to, for my girls. I volunteer at their school. I cook healthy meals for them. I do everything I can to make sure they're safe and happy. And when they're with their mom, I'm always working overtime so I can support them. And then you work out a lot so you can crush anyone who stands in their way. And I don't want to fall on my old habits. I need to set a good example for them. Everything I do is for them, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But it seems like it's bleeding you dry. If that's what it takes to raise them, well, it's worth it. Craig, buddy, I know where you're coming from here, but you gotta take care of yourself, too.
Nice.
I do, though. I eat right and I exercise, and that's not what I meant. You're too little butter on too much toast, you know? What? You're spreading yourself too thin. Life needs balance. It's great that you care this much about your kids, but you can't neglect your own needs because you're too busy taking care of everyone else's. You matter too. It's just... I know I can provide my family, and if I take a step back and look at everything objectively, I know I'm doing right by them.
I don't know.
But I can't explain it, man. There's always this voice in the back of my head telling me I need to do more. It's like it's never enough for me. Every time I try to relax, that voice tells me I don't deserve it. To be honest, I even feel guilty about being out here. Craig, you're trying your best, and you're doing an amazing job. That's a fact. But even if you weren't, you'd still deserve happiness. Do I, though? I look at Craig and think about what a good friend and even better father he is. He's compassionate, he's hardworking, he's relentless, positive. He encourages everyone to be best versions of themselves, him making me whatever. If you can only see yourself the way I see you. Craig beams. He gets up and walks over to his supplies. Come on, I brought dessert. Oh, you're gonna use the campfire to torch the tops with some creme brulee? What? I know little to nothing about cooking. Craig pulls out marshmallows.
Duh!
Well, you still know how to make s'mores, right? I think the more important question is, do you know how to make s'mores? As I recall, you used to just completely blacken the marshmallows.
Boo.
Oh, I stand by that. It's charred on the outside, but gooey center's preserved.
No! Gross.
Brutish.
Yes.
Craig throws a marshmallow at me, and I catch it in my mouth. Pro move. We used to be able to do that at great distance against a wind disadvantage. Give me a week of practice, and I'll be competitive again. Craig and I sit in the warm glow of the campfire, watching embers float up towards the sky. The stars are so much brighter out here. Yeah, I missed this, Atticus. Me too. We stay here until it gets late, half remembering stories from college. We watch as the fire dies and eventually clamber into the tent.
And that's when it starts.
We crawl into the tent and I unfurl my sleeping bag. Wait, where's the other sleeping bag?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh no, I must have left it at home. It's all yours, dude. I'm sorry. I'll just curl up over here. No way, here. He unzips the sleeping bag and spreads it out so there's enough room for both of us to lay on top of it. Night, bro. Good night, bro. I roll over and we face away from each other without a blanket. It's really cold. I shiver and without realizing it, find myself nestling closer to him. I'm sure he won't mind. Mm-hmm. He turns over and I can feel his breath on my neck. It's hard to focus on anything else. I turn over, trying to get more comfortable. I open my eyes to find Craig's face, only a few inches from my own. For once, he looks at peace. His eyes flutter open, his hand finds a place on my waist. I'm not sure who leans in first, but suddenly we're kissing. We look at each other again, my heart racing. Craig,
Oh, man.
I got strong feelings for you, bro. Feelings I can't deny anymore. Bro, me too. I run my hands through his hair, then down to his chest. Craig brings me closer, wrapping his arm around me. I feel so secure. You know, talking about old times is fun, but I like making new memories with you. I smile, tracing the lines of his hip with my finger. We kiss again. I'm not worried about us getting too cold tonight.
Because you know what's up.
Yay! Date complete.
Alright.
No embarrassed children. Ding! S-Ray!
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Alright.
Alright.
Now let's see this new happy ending.
Better be a fucking happy ending. Fuck you, Craig. Unless he's like, look, I'm just too busy for a new relationship.
Mm. This game mildly reminds me of, I forget the name of the game, but I played it because I liked the idea of it. It was a pornographic, dating simulator, where all of the potential dates were, demons, like succubi, incubi kind of thing. And the premise of the game was that at any moment during a sex scene, you could say no and end it right there.
Huh.
And no hard feelings. And so it was the game was just centered around the idea of what are you comfortable with? Because the main character was a virgin. And one of the succubus, one of the incubus was a demon. Was a virgin as well, and it was kind of cute. Okay, Briar, think of a shape. Hazel, what's she thinking? Square. Briar? Star. We'll get it next time. Manic leans in closer to Briar and Hazel, lowering her voice. Listen, you guys can be real with me. If you're downplaying your psychic abilities, I want you to know that you can trust me. Heck, even think of me as the third twin. Man, that's a triplet. You know, Dad, by the time I'm done with these kids, we're going to be finishing each other's What? You didn't finish your sentence. What are we going to be finishing? Each other's sentences. See? Third twin. I have to go. Back porch? Yes!
Awesome.
Skip this shit! Go to the tree.
We know you love us.
Right? I'm done with your daughterly love. There we go. Yay.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are gonna go get ice cream. Love you, Pops. I take a seat next to Craig as the last guests make their way out of the party. Bro! This reminds me of the parties we used to throw. Fewer keg stands, of course. Probably for the best. I don't want to get my hip replaced after the party trick goes wrong. We can leave keg stands in the past. I'm, taking this weekend to relax. This party was my first stop on the express train from Relaxation Station. Next stop is Napville. Pull into the Atticus Concourse. I'd like to book a ticket to Napville as well. I might have to meet you halfway at eating food directly off your own stomach, town. We both giggle, but man, I just want to pour some chips on my belly while I hang out on the hammock. Craig, I'm glad you're making time for yourself. Hey, Bonk. Me too. Stress is a funny thing, dude. I didn't even realize how overworked I was until I got away from the city. It's honestly just as destructive as binge drinking every night and eating burritos off the floor. I guess we need to get out of the city more often then. Craig kicks his leg over the side of the bench and leans into me. Lying down on my lap, I run my fingers through his hair. You're looking for balance. I admire that. I'm trying to not feel guilty about doing things for myself. It's a process. And it's going to take me some time to figure it out. I might need your help, bro. Craig, I'll be your bro till the day I die, and if being your bro means forcing you to take care of yourself, then I'll happily oblige. Craig looks up at me smiling. Bro. Nice. That means so much to me. He sits up and pulls me into a kiss. Bro. We both laugh. You and me. We're going to be alright.
Yeah! Woo! This is so fucking should be.
Yeah, this is how the endings were supposed to be. There was no indication we weren't getting the happy ending, right? So,
and now that we know,
right?
We know.
Yeah. So,
Karen
was saying between episodes she's gonna go look at the happy endings off camera. So we're just gonna finish the 3 dates each and then call it. Nice.
I like that his shirt's unbuttoned.
Of course it is. It's a pinup. So, who's next?
We only have one left.
Do we?
You go.
Huh.
We've done the rest.
I guess that's true. Alright. Next is the finale.